it's me. Just a quick editor's note. While I was editing this video, because I'm about to push out another video for y'all, yay! I noticed that I was grumpy and aggressive um, this last Sunday because I can hear it in the video. This is just me being real. This is just me being frustrated with the people that I covered because I thought drama would die down by now, and it didn't. If my aggressiveness makes you feel uncomfortable, or it puts you at an anxiety level, or something that you're not comfortable with, I ask that you please unsubscribe because this channel isn't for you. I know sometimes I get really aggressive in my tone, and I get really passionate when I talk. I guess that's the Italian side of me with things, or with topics that I cover. But that's just me. I want to be fully transparent and fully open with you guys and show you guys the real me. So, you know how, one of my role models is Xylee Gets Real. Well, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna be inspired by Xylee Gets Real because she gets real at times too. This is Leigha Gets Real. So if you don't like the real, unbothered, unfiltered Leigha, or me, not sorry, I didn't mean to talk myself in the third person. So cringe. If you don't like the unfiltered me, then yes, please unsubscribe because this channel isn't for you. But if you're still subscribed, I hope you enjoy this upcoming content. Yeah, there's going to be more content out for you guys. I'm looking into a few topics. I'm still looking into Without a Crystal Ball, so that's going to be a little bit to cover, or that's going to be a little while to cover, but I'm so excited for you guys, and I really appreciate the support, and I love ya. Bye. Recently, Peepaw and D.Max recently had, this is Peepaw right here. Peepaw and D.Max recently had a drama that occurred within the commentary community. And what occurred was that D.Max, another commentary person, was calling Magnetar, the one of the victims of Mama Max, was Magnetar was falsely accused by Mama Max of being a pedo or a PDF file, right? And Magnetar had a fundraiser to raise funds to try and sue Mama Max of defamation. So then what happened was D.Max and Maggot, D.Max's girlfriend, decided to take it upon themselves to call Magnetar a scammer. Now, I had my opinions as to why they were calling Magnetar a scammer. I gave them my opinions in a previous video. I'll link the video at the end. But I had my reasons as to why they were calling Magnetar a scammer. They were also calling Magnetar a scammer without any kind of evidence whatsoever. So, like the commentary community, again, people in commentary, if you're a creator in commentary, people don't like it when you go off and make any kind of false accusation or any kind of accusation or allegation without any solid evidence. So, like you know how I'm covering Lio Convoy right now, right? If I were to make any kind of allegation against Lio Convoy without any kind of evidence whatsoever, I guarantee you people would be on my ass right now yelling at me. Okay? Well, not yelling, but they would be criticizing me, which is just fully right. It's justified. They have every right to do that if I do that. So D.Max and Maggot thought it would be okay to falsely accuse Magnetar of being a scammer. Lots of people, a lot of the bigger names in the commentary community, like Nicholas Diorio or Bo Blacks, they didn't like that Magnetar was being called a scammer. Tommy C didn't like it either, so Tommy C pushed back on Maggot, D.max, and Peepaw defended Maggot and D.max. Eventually, all three of these people, Peepaw, D.max, and Maggot, completely left the commentary community. They're gone. They say that they don't want anything to do with us. They don't want to interact with us. Peepaw is somewhat back to making content again, which I support. I'm completely fine with Peepaw making content, but they didn't take any kind of accountability towards Magnetar and the bad things that they had said about Magnetar, like calling him a scammer. They didn't apologize to Magnetar. They didn't take accountability. They didn't make videos owning up to their actions. Peepaw made one video talking about the situation. Peepaw said that he wants to move on and just doesn't want to interact with people in commentary as much anymore, which is fine. I respect that. Peepaw is also close friends with Jessica Pizzle. Jessica Pizzle is my co-host. I'm close friends with her. So I don't have direct communication with Peepaw, but I do see sometimes what Peepaw says and he sees sometimes what I say, right? So Peepaw engaged with Keemstar, and Keemstar did not like what Peepaw had to say. And Keemstar decided to make this video in response to Peepaw. Actually, let's see if we can find Peepaw's tweet. I want to make Lolcow Live posts like a new list of their editors, right? And it didn't work out with a lot of these editors, and then they put help wanted. Then Peepaw quote tweets it and says, there is a constant in this situation, but I can't just quite put my finger on it. Can someone help out? So although Peepaw may have not wanted to cause drama by quote with this quote tweet, he caused it. Drama was caused regardless. I don't think that was Peepaw's intention. I'll give him charitability when it comes to it, but it was caused. Keemstar didn't like it, and Keemstar made this video. So let's watch Keemstar's video.
Oh, but you can't quite put your finger on it. So you want to talk some shit, Triple Chin. Well, let's talk some shit then. Because the first editor on Lolcow Live was your buddy D.max. And after D.max worked for like a week or a week and a half, whatever it was, he requested more money. $2,000 a month to be the editor for Lolcow Live wasn't enough money for him. His reasonings? He said that it took him 19 hours to edit a single fucking episode. Peepaw, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go out on your YouTube channel, on your Twitter, somewhere public, and I want you to defend D.max and say, you know what? It wasn't D.max's fault that he sucked at fucking editing. It was Lolcow Live's fault. Of course it would take 19 hours to edit an hour episode of the podcast. I want you to get behind that. Actually fucking say it, just so everybody can look at the fucking retard you are.
So, Darth Tara, you do make a good point right there. So Peepaw said it with his chest, and then Peepaw has a live stream, right? D.max decides to call into Peepaw's live stream. Now, we're going to go over the conversation with D.max specifically because
you have to go out of your way to
because I do not like what D.max said in here. But before we go over this conversation with D.max, let's go over a tweet. Now, I have my issues with D.max. D.max specifically is dramatic, very dramatic. D.max has one day tried to tell me what to do, and quite frankly, I'm not the kind of person that likes being told what to do. I don't like it. I will snap at you. D.max one day tried doing it, and I made a video on D.max because he tried telling me that I mimic the same behavior or same actions as Slug, Angry Slug. And Angry Slug is just a random person. We don't care about Angry Slug, right? So D.Max tried telling me what to do. I didn't like it. I called it out. I made a video like months ago regarding D.Max. I've always had a bad taste in my mouth when it came to D.Max, but I just tolerated D.Max. I only, D.Max was in the community, floating around, doing D.Max stuff. I was okay with it. Eventually, D.Max and Peepaw, they started warming up to me again, and I'm okay with it. I'll be nice. I'll be cordial. I'll keep it copacetic. I don't want drama with anyone, okay? But I'm raising an eyebrow to you because you tried telling me what to do, and I don't like it. D.Max thinks he's better than everybody else. I quietly tolerated D.Max in commentary. Now, D.Max got the best of him. He got too big for his britches and decided to go and call Magnetar a scammer, and then he got laughed out of commentary. So D.Max comes back for this 1 second. This entire time, he hasn't been engaging with anybody. He's been doing his own thing. Peepaw's been doing his own thing. But oh no, D.Max with his big ass has to butt in to the drama. So D.Max took this as an opportunity to shit on Keemstar because D.Max has nothing going on in his life. Nothing going on in his life. It's hilarious. So D.Max says this in response to Keemstar. Let me do it in the voice. Let me get a drink of water because I'm going to do it in my Leigha Something voice. Keemstar is lying. The reason I refused Keem begging for me to take $2K a month was because I wanted $2.5K a month to be an editor, social media manager, and live producer. And yes, you read that right. Keem literally begged for me to take $2K a month at the end of my attempt at an I can't say that word. Amicable. I can't say it. Negotiation. What D.Max is failing to tell you, is that D.Max held the project, the edited piece that D.Max edited that took 19 hours to edit. He held it for hostage and demanded that he get paid more money. So he held the project. He held the editing. He told Keemstar, and I can't direct quote him because I haven't seen the DMs. D.Max says he's not going to leak the DMs. D.Max is also saying Keemstar is not going to leak to the DMs. So I don't know what in fact was said in that conversation. But the generalization is that D.Max held onto the video and was like, I'm not going to release the video to you guys unless you give me more money. And that did not sit well with Keemstar. It would not sit well with me either. I would have a problem with that. So we'll continue. Keem initially pitched $500 a month for a trial period, his words, to see if I'd work out as an editor. After episode 1 and the amazing reception to the hard work we put into the episode, Keem told me I was social media manager and I had to post a short on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube every day. I explained my reluctance, but for my troubles, I was raised by $100 to $600 a month. I was under the impression that Keem was still in a trial period. Granted, Keem said my pay would be double from $600 to $1,200 sometime in the coming year. After I completed episode 2 and posted my shorts, I decided that that the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, and I knew I had to be a team player. Lolcow was a new channel, but I couldn't live on what I was making for work I was putting in. Dmax, if you can't live on that income alone, my advice to you is to get a job. Seek a job. This filmmaker, full-time filmmaker business isn't working out for you. Go get a job. Okay? Let's continue. Wait, where was I? Um how much I needed to live. So after episode 2, I asked Keem to reevaluate, but even doubled my pay, or because even doubled my pay for 1200 wouldn't cut it. And it was becoming very clear that Kim was going to milk me for every ounce of talent and ability I had, even trying to get me in the content. He wanted me to video myself yelling at Wings for messing up his video/audio. I have never been told to yell at a boss before, and I wasn't going to do that. Sorry, Van Luke. That was a call I got. That was the call I got while I was on Clear as Mud. And I literally used my frustration with that call on you, not actually sorry. Then don't say sorry, you loser. I did some soul searching and I realized the way that we might be happy. I politely but firmly asked for 2,500, citing the workload, the hours I was logging, and trying to look ahead into Lolcal, or into what Lolcal would become with live streams. 2.5K would would buy me a full-time 30K a year. I did edit every episode to every platform, shorts, social media posts in general, wrangle the crew for missing files, and be the live producer for Lolcal Live, host the Discord, all of it. And to prove how reasonable that is, that was Connor's income coming in. During my negotiation, okay, Connor doesn't owe you a thank you, so I have no idea where you think it's okay that Connor owes you something. I'm sorry, but if you have this much time to yap, I question your editing talents. I completely agree, nobody. I question it too. He is nothing. D.max is nobody special. Okay. Um, Connor doesn't owe you a thank you. FYI, D.max. I don't know where you think Connor owes you something, because he definitely doesn't. He don't owe you shit. Connor worked hard by himself, not with you trying to lead the way. You didn't set a standard for Connor. After Keem acted like that, I was no. Oh, wait. And to prove how reasonable that all is, that was Connor's income coming in. During my negotiation, Keem resorted to pleading and then threatening me when that didn't work. He even called Nicholas Diorio to mitigate, because Nick had to delete a post of Keem trying to light me up publicly on Twitter about it. While I was on the phone with him, Nick left a call when when he realized Keem was being stupid and I was being reasonable. Nick said he offered to be the editor for 2K, and then Nick said I was the better editor than him. So, whatever. Who cares if you're better than Nick? Oh my god, I completely squeaked right there. Let me get a drink of water. is the guy Boblax? Is this the guy Boblax was talking with? Um, Connor is the guy that Boblax was talking with. Connor was the recent editor. I squeaked right there, so let me fix that. Um, After Keem acted like that, there was no longer an amount of money for me to continue working with him. I edited episode 3 after quitting to give. But fuck my kindness, I suppose. Nobody gives a fuck about your kindness. You weren't kind. You held the project. You held the project to get a raise. Fuck you. In regards, and that's completely unprofessional, by the way. In regards to this strange talking point about how long each episode took me to edit, I did spend a great amount of time on everything I did for Lolcow and even episode 3, and I always got everything out on time. I don't know how this is an own to say I was dedicated to the product I was making. Keem is mad at me perpetually now because he didn't get his way and couldn't walk all over me. I wear it like a badge of honor that DJ Killer Keemstar actually said to me, "You are the most difficult person I've ever had to work with," because you very much are difficult, D.max. You are difficult. You try to go around telling people what to do. You're a piece of shit. But I'll take it. I stayed silent because I try to be professional as possible when it comes to work. And I hate talking smack about previous clients, regardless of circumstances. All productions are stressful, but I am sick of being cast as the money grubber when I'm being completely realistic. Keem, you're a jerk. Enjoy the content. So, like, he literally ignored his belief of not talking shit about clients, right? So then it leads. Oh my God, I have to go to my profile. It leads to Keem actually. It leads to D.max actually posting an itinerary of his like work, right? So D.max says, I don't love sharing this type. Okay, hold on. Let me pause the video. I don't love sharing this type of thing, but here is my sheet if anyone is curious. Apologies if it's a bit hard to follow. I keep time for me. I was actually going to share it. It'd be formatted, right? This is his timekeeping. This is his timesheet of how D.max was as an editor. First off, I have a lot of issues with this, a lot of issues as a manager, as a professional. You don't keep time in Apple Notes, Max. If you want to track your time, please go pay for a time tracker or a timekeeper. There are lots of sources that you can pay for to get this done. But keeping notes in Apple Notes is not a correct way of tracking time. Okay? That's problem number 1. You are tracking time in Apple Notes. I got an issue with that. Go to other sources to track your time. Number 2, this itinerary, this timekeeping that you have of yourself just shows that D.max is very bad at managing time. Very bad. Episode 1, November 11th, 6:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., approximately 2 hours of downtime. 6 hours, November 12th, 2 p.m. through to November 13th to 2 a.m., approximately 4 hours of downtime. 8 hours, November 13th found out I was social media manager, spent 7 hours doing various things like signing in everywhere, posting clips, making more shorts. I don't believe you. I don't believe that it took 8 hours for you to log in. Okay? Maybe you were editing shorts, but I put X to doubt. You were probably on Discord talking to your fucking girlfriend, and that's why it took 8 hours, okay? D&D campaign with Leigha as the dungeon master would be lit. I've heard of systems where you clock in and out being applied to salary jobs. Yes, I completely agree. Absent today, you're so based. Um it doesn't take you 8 hours to do that. So I put X to doubt on that one. I don't think that's accurate. 7 hours, episode 2, November 14th, 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Edit episode 2 editing, episode 2 short trailer, post on all socials. 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. That's not even a full 8 hours. What are you talking about? This is not even full 8 hours. Oh, this is 3 hours. Okay, I'm reading this wrong. So, Dmax says he spent 7 hours logging into social media. Don't buy it. He spent 3 hours editing. So that's not even full day's pay of 8 hours at work. You spent 3 hours working. Back from lunch, 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. So you took lunch at 1 p.m. and you come back at 1:30 p.m. and you come back at 3 p.m. That is a 2-hour lunch, my dude. Why are you taking 2-hour lunches? You should be taking a 1-hour lunch. If you want to do real timekeeping, Dmax, if you want to keep track of your time, you would be doing 1-hour lunches in an 8-hour day. 2-hour lunches, not acceptable. You would be fired in my eyes. I would not accept that. You don't get to take 2-hour lunches. From 1:30 to 3 p.m., fuck off with that shit. No. 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Worked on episode 2, 40 minutes in roughly. Posted another short, 9 p.m. November 15th, 4 a.m. Finished episode 2, set to render. Work on the thumbnail received for Nick's intro to episode at 12:36 a.m. 4.5 plus 7 hours equals 11 and a half hours. Right? 2-hour lunches for 11 and a half hours? No. 1-hour lunch. Then on November 15th, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. So you are working at inconsistent times. You're working at inconsistent times. You start at 10 a.m. one day. Now you're starting at 9:30 a.m. the next day. Day 1, you started at 2 p.m. or day 1 you started at 6:30 p.m. So you're starting at inconsistent times. That's another issue. If you're going to keep track of your time, you have to be consistent with your schedule, Dmax. Okay? This is completely unprofessional. You don't know how to start time on time. You're not even consistent with that. So November 15th. Oh, okay, wait. Yeah, November 15th, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Tried working on a thumbnail, failed miserably, told Keem to find someone else, told me to go to bed. 3 hours. It took you 3 hours to try and make a thumbnail. 3 hours to try and make a thumbnail. I seriously question your editing skills, Dmax. If you can't make a thumbnail, how are you able to edit? Making a thumbnail is the easiest thing. Fucking use Canva, you loser. And then 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. made a short and promoted episode 2. 1.5 hours. 40.5 hours total so far. November 6th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Editing shorts, posted one everywhere, 3 hours. How? How does it take you 3 hours to edit a short? What are you doing? What are you doing? Got back from lunch 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Organized shorts. So you took lunch. Okay, you took a 1 hour lunch. Great. I'm glad you're learning to be able learning how to take 1 hour lunches. You should have been doing that from the start. Um so 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. organized shorts. 4.5 hours. What why does it take you 4 hours to organize shorts on YouTube? It takes me 1 hour to do that. I've posted shorts on my channel 1 hour. It doesn't take that long. 1.5 hours or 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. loading in episode 3 footage. 1.5 hours. Okay, that 1.5 hours makes sense. 49.5 hours so far. Overnight, render failed, had to restart in the AM. That's your fault, not Keemstar's fault. I don't care about the rendering. So November 17th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., again, starting at a different time. And the reason why I'm so strict with timekeeping, guys, is because D.max would like to get paid for his time. D.max has the expectation of having a salary job while we're an hourly employee. So that's why I'm being a stickler with time. You can't have both, D.max. You either get a salary and you do the job within the designated time that you have been allotted and you have the freedom of time, or you treat yourself as an hourly employee and you keep track of your time. It's one or the other. You do not get both. You don't get a salary and expect that you be paid for the time that you spent. There have been lots of times on plenty of occasions where I myself have gotten paid salary. I have gotten paid salary as a manager. I have worked overtime. I work 24/7. I even worked on my fucking vacation. I had a week off of work this week and I still worked on my vacation. Do you see me going to my boss and being like, "Hey, boss, you need to pay me because I worked on my vacation"? No, I'm already getting paid for that. Okay? So, D.max, it's one or the other. You either get paid as an hourly employee or you get the freedom of a salary. One or the other. Pick a lane and stick in it. Okay? Okay. So 11:30 p.m. to on November 18th to 7:30 a.m., roughly 45 minutes, 25 more minutes to go. So the video is rendering and you're still keeping track of this time. You are not doing any kind of direct work. You are not doing any kind of manual labor in this rendering time. I'm sorry your computer is slow. Get a fucking Meta PC. Then 8 hours, woke up from a nap. So you're napping while the thing is rendering. So you expect to be paid for your time for rendering, but you're napping. Woke up from a nap 12 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Break for lunch. 10 minutes left of video. So you're napping during the rendering time. You wake up, you eat, and then you decide to take another 2-hour lunch. Another 2-hour lunch. Because the video is rendering and you expect to be paid for this. Are you kidding me? 2.5 hours. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., I'm going to assume, finished watching through, and then we'll render 10 more minutes just to check. 2 hours. 2 hours of watching a video. Are you in Discord at this time? Total time for episode 12.5 hours. Rendering 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Uploaded 8:07 p.m. Final message to group chat. Hold on. It stopped. Good afternoon, everyone. I just uploaded episode 3 of Lolcow Live. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic episode. Props all around. I think the cows have really hit their stride. I can't wait for everyone to see it. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to reach an agreement in our negotiations, so I will be ending the trial period here. Though our time together was brief, it was an amazing opportunity to meet and work with all of you. I hope the project continues to have massive successes into the future. Thank you. This guy is a schizo. He's fucking crazy. He's crazy. So he's demanding money. He's demanding that he gets paid $2,500 just to edit a video because it's taking long. It's taking forever to render when you're fucking blatantly admitting that you take 2-hour lunches in your timekeeping. Mind you, the timekeeping is occurring in Apple Notes. I, as a boss, would not tolerate this. You'd be fucking fired if you did this to me. You would be fired. Never, ever in my life have I ever had an employee come up to me and say, Leigha, I'm not going to do the job because you don't pay me enough. D.Max, you don't know what 60 hours looks like. You don't know what overtime looks like in a manufacturing company. You don't know what work is. Let me tell you that. You've never worked a blue-collar job, so shut the fuck up. You are a spoiled brat. That's what you are. A spoiled brat. You have a silver spoon in your fucking mouth. That's what you are. I cannot believe that you would pull a stunt like this, and you're going to sit here behind the guise of professionalism and say, I don't badmouth clients, guys. Well, what are you doing right now, D.Max? What are you doing right now? Not only that, you're bad-mouthing Keemstar, of all people. You had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that Keemstar gave you in being an editor, and you screwed the pooch because you're a money grubber. That's actually what you have proven by keeping track of your time right here. You are a money grubber. There's no hiding it. No hiding it whatsoever. You didn't do this shit for volunteer work. You had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you screwed it because you wanted more money. Not only that, you want the freedom of a salary schedule while being paid as an hourly employee. That doesn't work. That's not going to work. My advice to you is you find a correct way to keep track of your time. QuickBooks is probably a great way to do that. And you stop demanding this shit. You also not only demanded more money, but you held onto an episode. You held onto it and demanded more money, or that episode was not going to get released. How fucking dare you? Never in my life will I ever hold onto a project at my job to get more money. My advice to you professionally, D.Max, and I'm pissed. I'm losing my voice because I'm so fucking mad. My advice to you, D.Max, professional wise, is you do the job first, then you get the pay. Okay? Do the job first, do it without recognition, then you get the pay. Don't ever demand pay from anybody ever again. It is on you to know what exactly you were getting paid for before you even started the job as an editor. You should have already said 2.5K at the start of your job. But no, you gotta do the drama. D.Max is the most fucking dramatic person in the world, has to do the drama and demand money, demand more pay as he's doing the job because he didn't realize what he got himself into. And you're putting the blame on top of it on Keemstar. You need to realize what you got yourself into. You signed up for the job. You were more than happy to go around on the internet and announce that you were the editor. Okay? That's your fault. You should have realized what you were getting into. If you can't handle a job like that, then you go to Keemstar and you say, hey, Keemstar, I'm sorry for wasting your time, but I can't handle this job. It's too much work for me. And then go. But to sit there and demand money, fuck you. You didn't even do as much work as Connor. So the fact that you're sitting here and saying Connor now gets paid, or Connor was getting paid what I wanted in the first place, who cares? Connor's work ethic is on Connor. It's not on you. So don't fucking sit there and say that you deserve an award for Connor, for sticking up for Connor and setting the way for Connor. Okay? Connor works hard by himself. Connor, when outside the scope of his duty, outside the description of his job, and did not ask for money. Me as a manager, what I do with employees that go outside the scope of their duty, that go outside their job description and do something that they don't normally do, I promote people like that because they didn't ask for money. You automatically get a raise in my book if you do that shit. Every single one of my employees right now, they go outside the scope of their job so that when bonus time or performance reviews happen, I give their raises because I keep track of what they do. The person that sits there, if I ever have an employee, and I don't have an employee like this, thank God my team is just amazing. I just love my team. They're great. I have witnessed employees that have told a manager no on doing the job, or that they don't care on doing the job because they don't get paid enough. And you want to know what normally happens to employees like that? They get fired. They get fired. You do not demand the pay without doing the job first. Do the job first, do it without recognition, and then the pay comes along. D.Max, you're a loser. You're a fucking loser. You wouldn't fucking make it a day in the workforce. You're a spoiled brat. Oh, but it gets worse, guys. It gets worse. D.Max decides to call in. We're not going to pay attention to chat because I don't care. D.Max decides to call in on Peepaw because that's not enough for D.Max. That's not enough for the drama queen. He has to continue the drama. So yeah, let's watch what D.Max has to say.
Oh, now he's a spinning. Oh, just dumped all over his head.
Yeah. So I just want to clarify something. Mm-hmm. Everything that I stated in my thing is 100% true.
Well, I didn't go over that. I didn't. Just for the record, I didn't go over your statement.
That's fine. I'm going to use your platform. I hope you don't mind.
No, knock yourself out.
Okay, I just want to explain a few things. Everything that I said in that quote retweet is 100% true. Keemstar lied to everyone, including I was under a wrong impression, I think, for some of these things. All right, so I'm willing to walk back maybe. Well okay, I'll say this. Everything I said in that is 100% true. Nick did call. He did, in fact.
Who cares? Who cares if it's true? Who cares? I don't care. The principle at hand is that you held on to an episode because you wanted more money. What Keemstar said is true. You're a money grubber. I would call you that.
Say that I was a better editor than him. I'm not saying that so that I can be like, oh, look at how cool I am. I'm saying that because he said a number, which was the number that I was initially going for, which, by the way, I can say this confidently too. Keemstar asked me how much money I need to live. I said $2,000 because $2,000 is how much I need to live. The reason why I went for 2.
Get a job. Get a job. You wouldn't survive the workforce. I already know it, D.Max. But get a fucking job. You're not a filmmaker, D.Max. You're not a filmmaker. You're not successful. Okay, you don't have notoriety. The biggest notoriety that you had left. It's out the window. You're irrelevant. You're no one. You screwed the opportunity. You had a trophy. You had a great opportunity with working on Lolcow Live, and you fucked it up. And now you're irrelevant. Now you're no one. I don't care how much you say that you're a filmmaker or you're successful at it. You ain't shit. You're no one. You're nobody. I already said it in a video earlier that I made earlier this year. You are just some loser in Florida. You're no one. Quit thinking you're special because you ain't shit.
0.5 was because I figured if I can make $500 more a month, then I'm actually like I'm not just in the gray, I'm in the green. And I can actually like build wealth. I can actually start to have a career. That's a good thing. It would justify me having a full-time thing. That's the number. 3,000 is a fabrication. Keemstar put that in the group chat so that he could make me look stupid, make me look bad. I never said a single word after that was put in the group chat. I don't know if that's ever going to be released. I don't know if that could be released. I'm not going to leak DMs. I'm not that guy. Nick is that guy. I'm not that guy. All right? I wish all of them the best.
I wish all of them the best while you're throwing Nicholas DiOrio under the bus. So you made it sound like Nick was actually advocating for you and left. And now, all of a sudden, Nicholas DiOrio is the bad guy because Nick didn't stand by your side. Pick a lane, D.Max. Like, fucking, how about you be consistent for like 1 second of your life? Make up your mind. Do you hate Nicholas DiOrio or do you not hate him? Make up your fucking mind, because I'm sick and tired of the wishy-washy, fake-ass behavior. And D.Max, you're fucking fake. You are the fakest one of them all. You are so fucking fake.
Want nothing to do with any of this. If I'm being completely raw and just open, this is the last time ever, I'm going to try my hardest not to talk about drama stuff again. You can call me a tipster. You can call me a phlegmatic. You can call me whatever names you want. Here's the honest truth, folks. The reason why D.Max is not talking about drama anymore is not because he thinks he's better than any of you. It's because I don't like the content. I started falling out of fandom from it. This is the reason I left Now Recording, is because I'm sick of this. I don't want to talk about SA for the rest of my life.
Nobody talks about SA. What are you talking about? You want to know why I'm just going to point it out to you, because the Now Recording guys are great. The Now Recording guys also gave you an opportunity, D.Max, and you're shitting on them. You're shitting on them. Matt Pitt was there for you. Core was there for you. Mitch was there for you. But now all of a sudden they're the enemy because your dumbass girlfriend doesn't get along with Matt Pitt. What the fuck is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You didn't work out in Now Recording because you had dumb, stupid takes. You didn't care. You always said everything is stupid. You didn't even get lore correct. You weren't even knowledgeable. You didn't even have the background knowledge of said topic. every single time, the Now Recording guys had to explain the lore to you because you're just ignorant. You're just freaking stupid. Hey, Heavenly Ash. Right now we're shitting on D.max because D.max is a loser. This is commentary community drama, by the way. I'm sick and tired of D.max shitting on the Now Recording guys because the Now Recording guys put you in the position where you are now. And you should be thanking them every single fucking day.
I don't want to be that guy that's known for that. I don't want to be the guy that's talking about whatever silly Discord drama that nobody knows about, that I have to spin narrative.
So Joy Daly says Now Recording, yeah, they did so much for him. They did so much for him that they have been extremely charitable in the Maggot situation. Maggot right now has been going around running her mouth about everything. Not only that, she's also lying. She's also lying about things. She's been running her mouth, talking shit about the Now Recording guys, and the Now Recording guys have been quiet. They've been quiet. They haven't said anything. They've been charitable because they don't want to get into drama with Maggot when they still used to like, I don't know if they currently like D.max. When they like D.max, they didn't even cover the Magnetar shit. Everybody else did, except for Now Recording. So D.max and Maggot should be thanking Now Recording. They never, not once, covered anything. Tommy decided to cover the Magnetar stuff on his own. But the Now Recording guys didn't say anything in particular with that subject. And yet Maggot still goes around running her mouth because she has no fucking life.
For that I know things behind the scenes that people don't know in front of the scenes. I'm not trying to make things complicated for people. All I'm saying is that I am a fallible person. I have faults just like anyone else. I'm not better than anyone, okay?
You sure as fuck act like you're better than everyone. You even tried to take it to an extent where you tried to tell me what to do, and I told you to fuck off. You are a prick. You're a self-righteous asshole. Max, that's what you are.
And all I'm saying is that
And to sit there and say, oh, everyone has faults, guys. We all have faults. Oh, that's a cop-out.
was what I could take. I got all the way up to the ladder, climbed all the way up the ladder, right? To the point to where the big dogs were now paying attention, giving me the tasks to do and things like that. And I was happy to do it for minimal amounts of pay. But at a certain point, I realized they're going to try to milk me for everything I've got. And so to try to protect myself, I legitimately just gave them the number that I thought worked best for everyone. And here we are, folks. They're not going to ruin me. I don't know if they're trying to.
You ruined yourself, D.max. It's not Keemstar that ruined you. It's not Boogie that has ruined you. It's not Wings that has ruined you. It's not the Now Recording guys that has ruined you. You ruined yourself. You screwed up the opportunity. That's on you.
I don't think they are. I think this is just content, and I think this is just how it happens. I have no ill will. I have no problems.
Yes, you do. You clearly do have problems. You clearly do have ill will. Because if you didn't have any problems or if you didn't have any ill will, Max, you wouldn't have typed this fucking story on Twitter. And you wouldn't be on Peepaw's platform right now. And let me tell you, D.max, you want to fucking sit here and say who's the better friend or fucking Maggot? You want to sit here and point the finger at Jessica Pizzle and say, oh, Jessica Pizzle's not being a really great friend because she's not defending Peepaw right now. Jessica Pizzle is sick and in her personal life. Okay? Fuck off. She didn't even record Lolgals with me yesterday. She has shit going on. She doesn't have time to fucking babysit Peepaw a grown ass man, and D.Max, another grown ass man. Fuck off, maggot.
I think Keemstar is a jerk. I will stand on that. I think everyone else is playing weird, silly games.
I think it's hilarious that you call Keemstar a jerk when you were more than happy, when you first started in commentary, you were more than happy to say that you were Keemstar's illegitimate son. And you took that as a pride. So fuck off. I don't believe you. You're so fucking fake, Max.
And I refuse to be anybody's Moby Dick. So for that all being said, I do appreciate the time. I do appreciate the attention. And hey, shout out to everybody that was my friend before. I hope you guys do really, really well.
That's fake. He doesn't mean that. He does not mean that. That is so fucking disingenuous. I wish you well, guys. Fuck off.
That's all I got to say.
Okay.
I love you, Peepaw. I love you, Rick. If you have any questions, I'll take a few.
And the fact that Max just like goes on Peepaw's stream and uses Peepaw's platform as like a way to push his narrative makes him a shitty person. You are a shitty friend. If you want to go make your own narrative, D.Max, go make your own video on your own fucking channel. Why do you have to use Peepaw's live stream?
Few, but
You just gave more drama to Peepaw. And you're going to sit there and fucking run. You're going to sit there and let Peepaw take it up the ass. That's why you and Maggot are a piece of shit. Peepaw has been at least facing, at the very least, facing the heat of commentary right now because y'all decided to go out and fucking call Magnetar a fucking scammer. Peepaw had a conversation with Tommy C. I don't fucking see D.Max having that same conversation. I don't see Maggot Edits having that conversation. In fact, you guys actually avoid accountability. You actively do it. Sailor Moon, thank you for subscribing to this channel. I am having a schizo moment right here. I'm so pissed. You guys you and Maggot go and like project your fucking principles on everybody else in commentary. And if it doesn't go your way, you cry about it. You both cry about it. That's why Maggot has such an issue with Matt Pitt. Because Matt Pitt was the only one with the balls to tell her no and that she's wrong. And let me tell you, Maggot gets a lot of shit wrong. A lot of shit wrong. You can't even believe what anything she says because she lies. She just blatantly lies. And she's completely hypocritical.
Other than that,
Okay, all right. So I don't know because, like I've stated numerous times throughout this stream when I was talking about this earlier, I'm not an editor. I think my what do you call it? My catalog of work speaks to that. I'm not an editor.
Sure.
So there seems to be a hang up on, and people seem to think that the time that was spent was too much. That there was I've seen people say that 19 hours was you were mismanaging time, that you just whatever and so forth. So I have a question. So because you did put out that little note thing or whatever it was that.
When I see the blatant evidence of D.Max taking 2-hour lunches and taking a nap, and it's actually, the word nap is actually written in his timekeeping notes, yeah, that's mismanaging time. Anybody else that's napping on the job would be fired. Guarantee you Connor didn't nap while he was editing. Or rendering videos.
I had a list of whatever.
Yeah.
I can't speak to this because I'm not an editor. I've never been paid to be an editor. I don't know. So, is that too much time for an episode?
Yeah. So, the way that I view work.
Joy Daly says, especially after Nick proved him wrong on Twitter. Yeah, because didn't Nick say he lied? Let me pull that tweet up. Let's continue to play the video. God, this cord is so long. My headphones cord is so long. I don't like it. Let's continue to play the video and I'll find that tweet.
work in the way that I've always viewed work, because that's the other thing is people need to understand. Like, I'm a film editor. Like, I've done this professionally, like for film, right?
Okay.
And the thing is that
You know, I'm already going to tell you, I highly doubt, I put X to doubt, Dmax, that you did this professionally. I put X to doubt. Okay? X to doubt. You are not a filmmaker. You have not done this professionally. Okay, dude? Okay, buddy? Okay, buddy?
it doesn't matter how much time you put in. It's just a matter of whether you can put out the product on time. You know this, and people who
Yeah.
know me know this. I am a quality person. I will kill myself so that I can make sure that I get the proper quality that I can stand on. All right. And Keemstar was asking me to do a lot of stuff. He wanted me, whenever the lolcows would burp, that I was supposed to zoom in on it. You know, whenever.
Okay, so the quality thing, let me tell you. I have had employees tell me, Leigha, because I've gone to an employee and say, hey, I'm like my leadership style is like a mix of everything. Okay. I will coach you into doing your job. I will also coach you into furthering your career within the company that I work for. But I am also a laissez-faire manager. And what a laissez-faire manager is I trust the employee to get from point A to point B in the designated time that I give them. Okay, thank you, Joy. In the designated time that I give them. And if that employee does not meet my expectations and does not complete the job within the designated time, then I go to employee and say, hey, what happened? Why didn't we complete this on time? What happened? I've never had an employee say this, but if I ever had an employee say, the reason why it took so long is because I care about the quality of my work, and that's why it took so long, and that's why I missed the deadline, I would have an issue. Yeah, quality is important, D.max. Quality is important. But when you let quality overrun how you put out projects on time or how you spend your time in general putting things out, then that's a problem. Yeah, quality is important, but time is also important too. And you need to learn how to balance both. And when you don't, that's your fault. That's nobody else's. No one else's. So Nick, oh God, I'm showing DMs. What did I show? I didn't show anything. Okay. So Nick says it's in response to D.max, this long ass story. D.max is muted, by the way, because he's so annoying. Nick says, why would you drag me into this discussion and lie? You demanded over $3,000 on the phone, overplayed your hand, and then walked like a dumbass. I did negotiate a better deal for you. Yes, you refused to budge on the phone. Then when you showed your timesheet, you said you said it took you like 12 to 19 hours to edit a fucking podcast. After hearing that, I personally gave the recommendation for Keem to fire you. You clearly didn't possess the necessary skill set to continue. People should be paid for their time, yes, but you can't perform and get your job done in the reasonable amount of it. Then Nick says, delusional Max was playing dumb enough to post his timesheet to everyone. Can just see how fucking slow he was. This kid signed a bad deal, sucked at his job, and hosed Keem down for money afterwards. Neither side of this came out looking good. He even wrote the word nap in his time card. Super unprofessional. Never in my life would I ever see the word nap on an employee's timesheet. Like, Jesus Christ, Max is so fucking stupid. So then these are the DMs between Nick and Connor, and Nick is advocating for Connor, and it seems like it seems like it was successful, right? Let's read it. Connor says, "I'm getting 1,200 in December, then regular pay after that. If it all goes well, works fine for me. The editing work doesn't seem very difficult. I need cash anyway since we stopped doing RSC after hours or after Augie left, and that's more than I made doing full time." Okay, so then there you go. Like Connor's happy with the 1,200. So then Nick says, "So he doubled his trial offer and promised you more. That's good. Before I ruined his negotiation of 1,200 was supposed to be the regular pay for DMAX, and 600 was his starting." Connor says, "LOL, wow, seriously? That's wild." Then Nick says, "Once I got involved, they told me it was going up, but that was the first agreement he agreed upon." So he agreed upon it. He agreed upon the initial amount. DMAX, you're a loser. You just you signed up for a job for 1,200. You're more than happy to get that, right? And then you didn't realize the job that you signed up for. You didn't realize the amount of work that it would take, and then you sit there and fucking demand money. That's not how this works. Right now, I'm currently in the negotiation phase of my new salary because I just recently got promoted at work. I know what the job entails, and I asked for more money. There's a way to do this. I haven't even started my job, and you negotiate pay. You already started the job. And then held the project, and then fucking sat there and said, "Pay me more money or I hold this project." Fuck you. No, bro. That's not how this works. That's not how it works professional wise. And you, as a professional filmmaker, should know that, which is why I'm putting X to doubt on your credentials. Thank you. Thank you for congratulating me. I really appreciate it. Once I got involved, they told me it was going up, but that was the first agreement he agreed upon. I told Augie they both were wrong. Keem gave him a shit deal, and D.max thought he was worth 3,200. The actual answer was somewhere in the middle. Augie told me it was 2 to 3K a month he was making, and he wanted more. Then Nick says, come January, he was going to get like 1,200. And then Keem said they agreed on something as low 2,000. And he said 3,000 or 3,200. Now break my trial or I walk. I could not imagine ever making this kind of demand ever. This is fucking unprofessional, what Nick is describing. Unprofessional. This is insane. This is insane. This reminds me of the time, there was one time a manager that I worked with got a job. He supposedly got a job offer. And this was after promotions and yearly bonuses happened and performance reviews happened. This was a fellow manager of mine. He wasn't happy with his pay, and he said he went to my bosses where we worked in the same area. He said to our bosses that he has a job opportunity elsewhere with a competitor, and that if he does not get paid X amount of money, he will be quitting and going to work for the competitor. You want to know what happened? You want to know what exactly happened? HR and my management asked this fellow manager what the offer was at the competitor and that they would like to see if they were able to match that price, but that they needed an official letter of what they wanted to pay this fellow manager at the competitor's job. This manager lied so bad, he didn't even have an offer to this competitor. There was no offer. There was no job. He didn't apply to the job at all. He lied that he quit because he couldn't provide an offer letter to HR or my management. And my management kept asking this manager, what are they offering you? We would be more than happy to meet this. And he couldn't provide an offer letter. And he quit because his pants got shown. They didn't fire him, but he quit because he showed his ass. He lied. This is the same shit that Max is pulling right now. Max is saying, now I'm worth $3,200. Pay me. And Keemstar is saying, no, you are not worth $3,200. D.max showed his ass and lost out. He's that same manager that lost out. What a fucking loser. I think you got the job because Tommy hates you. I think that was Keem's selling point. And then Connor says, LMAO, that worked out in my favor. That's crazy. It's good that it works out in your favor. Okay, let's go back.
They would fart or whatever, make a noise, whatever. Like, I was trying my hardest because some of these guys would, like, you know, they would sway back and forth in their chairs. I wanted to keep them on screen. I wanted to make it work. I tried everything in my power. I actually have screenshots of whether you can put out the product on time. You know this, and people who know me know this. I am a quality person. I will kill myself so that I can make sure that
the quality, I get that you're a quality person, but you got to stop because that's going to hinder your performance right there. You have to meet deadlines on time. It is not, especially if you are taking 19 hours in editing videos. That is completely 100% on you, Max. That's on you. Again, you mismanage time. You don't know how to manage time. Also, you're taking 2-hour lunches. I got a problem with that.
I get the proper quality that I can stand on, all right? And Keemstar was asking me to do a lot of stuff. He wanted me, whenever the lolcows would burp, that I was supposed to zoom in on it, you know? Whenever they would fart or whatever, make a noise, whatever. Like, I was trying my hardest because some of these guys would, like, you know, they would sway back and forth in their chairs. I wanted to keep them on screen. I wanted to make it work. I tried everything in my power. I actually have screenshots of the timelines of each of those episodes that I did. It's insane. The amount of work that I did on that is insane. And it is, I believe that for that first episode, 19 hours worth of work. Not that it matters because I put it out on time, in a crunch time, you know, because I would always get files late or they would be corrupted or whatever. But that's all besides the point. You know, I understand things happen. I think that people just don't understand that there's different types of editors that do different types of jobs. I would never.
I like how Empress K is in the chat saying D.max was the best editor. 10 out of 10. No cap. Right. Okay, Empress. Jesus, the delusion is real with these guys.
Knock anyone for doing a specific type of editing if that's just what needs to be done. The reason why I got to that number 2.5 was because I knew I was going to work my ass off the entire time and I had to make it worth my while. That's it. Yeah. It's not deeper than that. It's just that, and this is why I'm so mortified by this, to be honest, because I didn't want to talk about any of this because this is extremely unprofessional. This was a amicable negotiation between an employer and an employee, and it got turned into somebody threatening me, and then I went silent, and then I did the nice thing by doing the next episode basically on the house. I was under the impression I was not even going to get paid, not for what Keemstar said, but because of my gut feeling, because they were trying to, at the time, what I felt was sail me down the river, and like I said, look.
Because you sat there and held the project to get more money. You didn't realize what you signed up for, Max. That's on you. That's not on them. And you're completely putting the blame 100% on them. Fuck off.
Where we are now. So if you out there believe that 19 hours is too damn high, well, here's my vow, all right? Everyone I work for will know going forward that I take a good amount. I spend a great deal of time to make as high a quality as possible for whoever it is that I'm working for. If you think that is
you don't even know how to make a thumbnail. I'm concerned about your quality. I could give fuck all about your quality. Great. You turned in a project on time. Congratulations. Your level of quality has no merit. It's an irrelevancy. I don't give a fuck about that. You still took 19 hours. That's on you. That's not on Keemstar.
fault, I understand. We have a difference in values, and that's okay. Fair enough?
Yeah, I think
And that's okay. God, he's so dumb.
that's. I mean, I know that was one of the things that people kept, whatever, and
That's okay. Listen,
I could
people are
and
looking
listen,
for reasons to
yeah,
pounce. They're looking
sure.
for reasons to make fun. And I want to say too, for everything, including, you know what, I'm gonna even say the dreaded word, even for the Magnetar stuff, you guys can say whatever you want. I know what the truth is.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
You know what the truth is? Yeah, here's the truth. Let me tell you the truth, Max. The truth is that you and Maggot Edits decided to call Magnetar a scammer without any proof. No proof whatsoever. And it's all because Maggot got her panties twisted in a bunch over a Cam Soda chat. A Cam Soda chat. And Maggot's your girlfriend, and you have to be completely outraged over your girlfriend. You called Magnetar a scammer without any proof, and people did not like it, and you got ridiculed. And instead of taking any kind of accountability whatsoever, you throw Tommy C under the bus, you throw Now Recording under the bus, and you run. And now you're back and you expect things to be existing without any kind of pushback. When you were more than happy in your existence of commentary to go out there and try and tell people what to do. I specifically remember a conversation between D.max and Milltown Knows Best, and D.max saying and demanding that Milltown take accountability for his friends. D.max, you can't even do what you demanded Milltown to do. You can't even do that. So now you're lower than Milltown.
Go forth into the night and make your content. The One Piece is real. Content is real. Go for it. And I'm sure tons of people are going to have tons of things to say. All I know is that it's really funny because, funny enough, I think it was Smaggle at the very beginning of all the Magnetar stuff. Like the very first thing anybody ever said was like, it was that meme of like the guy at the party where everybody's like pointing and making fun of him, and then he's in the middle and he's just like, yeah, but at least you guys are all still talking about me. I never really thought about that. Like I really never thought like that, especially during that. But now it's starting to feel like that because I'm just like, why am I such a big deal? This is really not.
You're such a big deal because you're not taking accountability. You called a guy a scammer, and now you did this like gymnastics thing with Pay and Lolcow Live. So yeah, that's why you're still talked about. If you don't understand that and you can't understand that mere little concept, you're a loser. You're dumb. I don't know what to tell you. That's why you're still talked about. You're still talked about because you and your girlfriend are still running their mouth. Y'all don't know when to shut up. Peepaw, I love you. You're a great person, but holy shit, you shouldn't have engaged. Why did you make the tweet? You knew. Y'all knew. Y'all knew that if you engaged with anybody in commentary that the Magnetar stuff would come back because we're going to hold you to the flame because you guys did it to everybody else. Not so much Peepaw. I'll go softer on Peepaw, but D.max, you went around telling everybody else what to do. You even tried doing it with me, and I got a problem with that. Maggot goes around telling people what to do. I think it's fucking funny. I think it's super hilarious that Maggot, for the slew of like, for the time period of 4 months, was sitting around behind the scenes telling everybody not to associate with Slug because Slug is a bad doxer. Slug is just horrible. And where is Maggot now? In Slug's chat. What happened to the vitriol, Maggot? Where are your principles? Where are your values? You want everybody else to follow you, but your principles and your values go out the window because Slug is repeating the things that you want to hear. That's why. You might as well go be friends with Salvo Pancakes. You're already siding with Hugin.
Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, folks. People have disagreements about their pay all the time. There's whole YouTube channels dedicated to people talking about that type of thing, okay? At the end of the day, this is going to turn into a he said, she said, right? The reason why Nick and the rest of the Lolcows and the farmers believe that I was supposed to be paid $3,200 is because it says it from Keemstar in that group chat. Again, to reiterate, the reason why I didn't talk anymore in that group chat and decided to walk away and told Keemstar to his face on the phone that I was not going to do this anymore, that it doesn't matter now what amount of money you ask, is because he was outright lying about me in that group chat, okay? And by the way, it'll be really funny if they do ever release that group chat, because right underneath it is Nick literally saying that that he actually agrees that I should be paid more money and that this is ridiculous. And one last thing,
Literally, he lied. He just lied about Nick just now.
everybody's saying that there were no problems on the second Lolcow episode. You know, the one with the farmers. Little bombshell here. Nick fucked up the recording, and I fixed it, and nobody ever knew because I wanted the farmers to look good. And Keemstar yelled at me for it.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Max. You saved Nicholas Diorio's image. Holy shit. We owe you the world, Max. Do you want an award? Do you want an award? Should you be recognized? What? You want a new Spurgy? Is that what you want? Oh my God, Nick screwed up the audio and you saved him. Congratulations, Max. Good job. Good boy.
Keemstar yelled at me because he wanted me to make the farmers look stupid too. And I refused because I thought it would be a better show if the farmers looked credible and the Lolcows did not. You want a spoiler, folks? They're all Lolcows, self-included.
Everyone already knows this. This is how dumb Max is. This is how dumb he is. He's like, they're all Lolcows. Yeah, everyone knows that. We've been saying that. Do you really think you have a hot take right now? You don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone is.
I think we
Everybody.
all.
The term has no meaning. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah.
Why not? You know, go for it, guys.
Well, I mean, I think let's be honest. I think anyone that gets on and does a show or whatever, we're all kind of dancing for money, right? We're dancing for
Yes.
pennies, and so
Yes.
we're entertainers, and we.
That's what I want to do, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's it
Yeah.
for me. Listen. At the end of the day, I'm just another YouTuber,
You're not even entertaining. You're not even funny.
and I make no bones about it. But see, here's the thing, folks. All of them are just another YouTuber too. Let's not get our heads so big that we think that these people are monoliths and that they're gods.
Dude, it sounds like you took my talking point, Max. You know, I just said you're just another guy in Florida and I'm just another person in Texas. That sounds awfully familiar, D.Max.
Yeah.
No, we're all fallible human beings, and that's okay. You know, I'm not saying
Sure.
that anything that I did was perfect. I was nervous the entire time working with these guys. I know what their reputation is. I know the lore. I know there was a huge possibility that I was going to get screwed over, which is why I was trying to make it worth my while.
You don't know the lore.
So forgive me for that, I suppose. Forgive me for everything, as a matter of fact. I don't mind saying sorry.
Well,
It's okay.
I'll,
But I'll say this: like, I wish everyone the
Yeah.
best. I really wish everyone well. You know.
So I'll say this. Now that you're here, I said it earlier in the stream as well. I wasn't going to get into an argument, and I will not get into an argument about the money or the time, whatever, because I'm not editor, so I don't know what the time is.
There's no argument. It's gonna be a he said, she said. Or he
And,
said,
and as far as the pay, I'm not going to get into that either because it boils down to what a man thinks his time and effort and energies are worth. You
Yeah.
guys couldn't agree on a price.
Yeah.
I was sad because, as my friend,
Peepaw, you're even getting this wrong. You're getting it wrong, and D.Max is lying to you. I am already going to explain it again. And I seriously hope you're listening. Seriously hope you're listening. D.Max signed up for a job, agreed on the pay, realized the job was like way bigger than what he thought it was going to be, and then demanded more money. And Keemstar told him to fuck off. That's what it is. Stop defending your friend. Stop. Full stop. It is not helping you. You want to know why there's so much drama surrounding you and y'all? It's because you hang out with D.Max and Maggot. They're drama queens. They both are.
I wanted you to have this. I thought it was a really good opportunity. I thought this was
we talked about it on, dude. We remember we literally made an episode
Yeah.
about it for Netpackers, and I was then like.
So Purple says, why do people like that guy always say, I'm only human, guys? Such an eye roll, to be honest. I agree. Yeah, we all know it. We're human. We all have our faults. Great. Got it. Thank you for the redundancy. I completely agree with you, Purple. Joy Daly says, it makes me both sad and happy that Peapot is such a good friend to D.Max. Yeah. I really wish he would stop. I just wish Peapot would just go back to making content and just not interacting with any creator in commentary and just stop defending D.Max. Because D.Max and Maggot bring drama to his table.
I joked about being the editor, and then it manifested into reality. It was a really cool thing. Like, it was really cool. I believed in the thing. Like, the entire time throughout this, Keemstar was just like, why aren't you being a team player? And I'm like, I feel like, to be honest, I feel like I'm doing the most work out of anybody here. But whatever, that's okay. I'm the editor. I'm the social media guy. I've got multiple hats that I'm going to have to wear because, they were hoisted upon me for not much more pay. And that's okay. Like, so yeah, it's reasonable that I would be the guy that's making, that's doing the most work. I just also I'm not going to be that guy that's doing the most work, but also receiving the brunt of the brunt. It's like, I don't see a reason for that. So, again, I will wear it with honor that Keemstar said that I'm the hardest person he's ever had to work with. I really don't believe that for a single moment, but it's an interesting.
You're D.Max, you are an incredibly difficult person to talk to. It was so draining having you around commentary. I tolerated your ass, but holy shit, you have a toxic personality.
Interesting line. It's an interesting moniker. Maybe I should get a plaque or something. It'd be fun.
Awesome.
Hang it up with my G Fuel stuff. Why not?
Okay. So do you want to take, if anybody was wanting to ask you any questions, are you up for that, or would you prefer not to? Your call.
I'll take 2.
Okay. Well, if JFA isn't waiting to call, I'll put him in. I don't know. It's JFA, so whatever.
Yes. All right.
Good morning, Mr. JFA. How you doing?
Before you say anything, I realize my audio is not the best. Okay, I'm on my phone, right? So don't make fun of me.
You see, this is why I miss D.Max. It's good to have everybody, almost everybody back. Just want to say good morning, everybody. I had the show in the background. I had a lot to do this morning. Are you going to come back more often, D.Max?
You didn't listen, did you?
Dude,
no, I had to shut off the stream.
Okay.
Okay, no worries.
So JFA, just to let you know, he never stopped.
Right.
D.Max has been streaming like 3 to 4 times a week.
No, I'm not talking about that. I meant like here. Like, I know you do game streams.
Like calling into my shows and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Sure, D.Max has got the perms. He can call anytime he wants.
To be honest, so I don't know if this is like a thing, but like, just to clarify, I've been doing a lot of like personal help stuff. Like, I've been trying to focus on my health. I've been working outside a lot, trying to get my lawn in order and stuff like that. I bought a new house like a year ago or something, but since I was on the content grind when I was on Now Recording and all that, like I was just focused on like inside my house and honestly just like my office trying to.
No one cares. I'm going to fast forward. I don't care about how you have a house. No one cares.
That shouldn't take away from you wanting to call. I'm small potatoes. I'm small potatoes compared to what's going on,
I don't know about that. I think this is relatively small potatoes too, but I think people have an inflated sense of what is big.
So
if it is that, oh, sorry, go ahead, people.
So you said, what are you talking about? Like other people used to call in? Who are you talking about? Like when you say almost, I'm kind of confused.
Well, okay, sorry, I'm getting my podcast mixed up because I miss Gigi, I miss Jessica, all the whole gang.
Sure.
Even that flip flopper banana grabber. He called me out, and when I came in waiting the call, he just let me wait.
Yeah.
I felt
so here's the deal. All the people from Clear as Mud, right, that have joined my new Discord server and stuff. I've given perms. They can hop into the streaming time that they want to. Gigi called in. As a matter of fact, I don't know, it was like maybe Monday this week, I think it was. And we had a real long, and I had some thoughts in the back of my head about trying to get Clear as Mud back up and going again. I don't know if
it's like, I don't know why you're rating me. I really wish you wouldn't. I don't like your ass. So please don't.
it's feasible with the original crew. That would have to be something that is a long conversation between all of us. That's going to 100% happen. Off behind the scenes, there will not be any, whatever. I'll be honest with you. I don't. If I'm the eternal optimist in me would like to think that there's some way for me to make that happen again. But if I'm being completely honest with myself, which I don't really like to do a lot, because I like to live in the land of make believe, like a lot of other people, I don't think it's possible. But there may be some, I don't know what you would call it, some form of Clear as Mud that might come back at some point in time. That's my hope.
So Clear as Mud is coming back. Would love to see that interaction. That'd be interesting.
I wanted to ask this for you, Peepaw. Now, you said you didn't want to cover drop.
I even love how D.Max and Maggot are so toxic. They're such shitty people that they had to end Clear as Mud podcast. They had to end Clear as Mud podcast because of their drama. Like, it's hilarious.
Drama anymore with
like Peepaw, if you do not realize that D.Max and Maggot are the problem, like, I don't know what to tell you.
It's going to be bending the rules.
They're the issue.
rules, or are you only talking about it because it's directly addressed to you?
Edward, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it.
That's the only way. I'd say, let me tell you something. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I love the drama stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I still watch the streams from the different
You can't
creators.
stop them. You can't stop them from watching
I,
stuff.
I watch in silent. I do not engage.
Yeah, because every time you come up, somebody tries to bop you over the head like a hammer for some reason, because you're so scary.
Yeah. And
Cowards.
but I'll be honest with you. I people that I do value their opinion, people that I do that have known me way before I ever started really making content, told me that that it seemed like I had started becoming a kind of a bitter person, and I think it was a direct reflection of because of a lot of the drama and crap stuff that I was doing. Because let's be
Okay, I don't think you're becoming a bitter person, but I'm going to fast forward because I don't really care about this.
Yeah. And I don't think that you could talk about that stuff.
It's really dark stuff, guys.
Yeah, day in and day out. Yeah.
You can, like, I think people have like maybe and this is something for me too. Being in the audience and witnessing this stuff is a little bit different than being in the thick of it. And it's not like, no bones about it. None of us are.
I literally don't care about this.
That when I was kicking around the drama stuff, like certain people just really don't belong here. And I think maybe what I figured out, and people can talk.
Tony says if they attempt to bring back Cam, replace D.Max with someone else. Yeah. I'm like, no, I would. I don't think it's a great idea to bring back Clear as Mud and then have D.Max and Maggot exist in it.
Dunk on me for this if you want. Dunk on me for.
Because it'll just be them talking shit. Like every time Maggot joins like a live stream, whether it's K-Hux or somebody else's, it's an opportunity for Maggot to talk shit about Matt Pitt or the Now Recording guys. And she can't even talk shit truthfully. She has to say lies. And K-Hawk just eats it up. So it's just like, yeah, not a good idea.
For everything. Like I found out that's not me either. Like I don't think I'm that guy. I thought I was, but I clearly I don't have the ability to be able to just combat or be okay with just blatant lies constantly. It's a lot. When it's for other people, it's a little bit more silly and goofy or whatever, and whatever. But like when it's about you and it's focused about like things people are saying about you that are just blatantly, patently incorrect or just like misunderstandings based on limited facts because people are being polite.
Well, everybody is seeing the clear picture, and you're still a loser. You're still taking the L. You're still a money grubber. What you prove to us literally just proves that you're a money grubber, D.Max.
That's when it starts to get a little bit wonky for me. So for me, I can tell you to answer your first question too, GFA. Like I don't really want to talk about drama stuff anymore.
I can still do it, and I'll whip it out.
And I want to do stuff that's going to make people nothing but happy if I can help it.
I understand. Like it's a really dirty business, and Keemstar happens to be really, really good in that business. He's the best at it, and that's why he's stays where he's at now because he's got years of experience. But seeing as this drama was small potatoes, I know you probably don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Now we had a personal conversation, you and I. You didn't want to bring up Magnetar. Were you willing to talk about him now that you're not going to go for drama anymore?
I really don't. And for one reason, if any other reason, it's because I think that this idea of let's say like
you really don't want to talk about Magnetar because you don't want to take accountability. Again, D.Max, you like to go around telling other people what to do and being the accountability person, accountability partner, but you can't even take accountability for yourself. I've taken my lumps. I've done L takes. I have admitted when I was wrong. I'm more than happy to do that, but you can't do that. And that's a fucking joke. That's a joke. You called someone a scammer. Do you not realize the severity of your actions?
Victims and aggressors, right? If I'm to understand the entire thing of that, then I guess what I'll say is that I want everyone involved with that to find peace.
I want everyone involved in that to find peace. That is so disingenuous. What kind of bullcrap is that? Do we need to sing Kumbaya now? Like, should I whip out my guitar and sing it? I want everyone to have peace. Oh, thank you, D.Max. Fuck off.
Included. And so for that, I don't want to talk about it. Because I think that anything that I say is going to just ignite that more. And I can imagine that might be kind of like a raw and sort of a thing.
Literally what you're saying right now is igniting it. You need to take accountability. I want an apology from you and from Maggot to Magnetar. You called him a scammer. You called him a scammer because she got so upset that Magnetar was in Bunny's cam soda. Fuck off. You 100% need to take accountability and apologize. You and Maggot.
So maybe where people would like.
And if you don't, your ass will be held to the flame of commentary. So if you ever wonder, boy, I miss the commentary people, guys. I miss them. Can I ever come back? No. The door is shut. We will always ridicule you over this. Y'all just want to slide. You're so quick to jump on people. You're quick to jump on me. You're quick to jump on Milltown. You're so quick to jump on people over smaller things, but you can't take accountability for yourself, D.Max. You're a hypocrite.
Like some answers or whatever. I can't imagine because I literally said everything that I wanted
Well,
to
don't get
say
me
about that
wrong.
whole thing. But
Don't get me wrong. I understand where you're coming from. It's just that
you know what I
maybe
mean? Like I'm not trying to, and people might see that and be like, oh, you're being so gay. It's like, dude, like I'm not kidding you.
Your homosexuality has nothing to do with this. I don't know why you're doing this again. You did it with me as well. I do not like it. Please stop.
Like I really do just want peace for myself, for everyone involved, but especially for that guy. Because like it's like, dude, for the events of the things that unfolded and it to end up the way that it did for him, like even with the things that I was feeling, I did feel like sad. Like I'm sorry that it worked that way. Wasn't my intention.
You do see JFA.
Wasn't my intention at all. None of that was my intention. None of that was anybody's intention.
The D stands for dickhead. Yes, it does. So true, Tony.
You know? And so I think just for that, I hope that the guy finds, I hope.
Joy Daly says it infuriates me when people do this because it's so easy to say, okay, so I was dumb and I fucked up. Take the L. It's not that hard. It really isn't. And it's not just that. It's not just that. Max was more than happy to go around and make sure people would do that. And he can't even do it himself. Completely hypocritical. I'm sorry. I'm just stuck on that. I'm completely stuck on that. How are you not able to take the L and just apologize? Really? We're really this dumb, guys?
I hope he finds peace. I hope he has peace. I hope he can continue to have peace.
Well,
You know?
D.Max, in my humble opinion, I don't find you very openly aggressive or vindictive. Like maybe a little vindictive because we all get pissed off, you know.
It's
We all
it's
have
commentary.
that
You
little
know?
bit
It's like,
between us.
this is what we do.
Yeah, but the reason I ask is because despite all the things that happened, the intentions behind it,
There were no intentions, by the way. There was no intentions. That was supposed to be
good
nothing
intentions.
either, but
Good intentions is what I meant.
sure,
But
okay, sure.
maybe Magnetar wants to know why. Maybe give him that
Why?
bit of closure, and then you never have to talk about it ever again. Like why you
Well,
decided to go
I
that
think you're
route.
whispering sweet. I think you're whispering sweet nothings into my ear. I think people are always going to be asking new questions if I answer old questions, and I think that like I'm
No, it's closure. It's exactly what JFA says. It's closure. Take accountability and shut the fuck up. That's all we want. Take your lumps and shut the fuck up.
fine with the way that things have ended up and the way that people view. But actually, to be honest, just to clarify too, because I think some people are under the impression that I'm still consuming the content. I am not. I haven't really watched any drama related stuff at all since I guess maybe a week after I posted that last thing about Magnetar. And then when people kept talking about it, and the fact that people like from time to time, I hear people in passing tell me that people are talking about it still. And, well, I'm sure they're going to talk about it again.
Because you have yet to take accountability, you loser.
It's kind of crazy to me because it's like the lengths that you can stretch a story that really doesn't like there's no and maybe it's just my opinion, but it really doesn't seem to have any there, you know.
Oh my God. The story is not getting stretched. It's the fact that you're not taking accountability and people are wondering why you're not taking accountability and they're covering it. There's no stretching of the story. It's just pointing out the blatancy of your actions. That's it. There's no stretching involved. There's no being dramatic. It's just pointing and laughing at you.
How about this? I spilled the beans about why I yelled at Van Luke, which I'm not sorry about. And I would say it's a similar situation. How about that? I can say that, and at the very least, I can.
So you called. Okay, so now you're saying you yelled at Van Luke because you weren't getting paid enough on the Keemstar show, and you took it out on her, and you're not sorry for it. But now you're saying that the reason why you called Magnetar is scammer is because you weren't getting paid enough on the Keemstar show and you took your anger out on Magnetar because your girlfriend has an issue with Magnetar being in Bunny's Cam Soda chat? That's why? Jesus, you're fucking pathetic, D.Max. Like, I'm even embarrassed to know you. This is embarrassing.
At least put it out there like that. Like, it wasn't necessarily something that I was trying to do. Let's say to Magnetar. I wasn't trying to do anything to Magnetar, but
Yeah, you weren't trying to do anything to Magnetar. You just called him a scammer because you weren't getting paid enough on Lolcow Live. And that's Keemstar's fault. So you should just we should just go and blame Keemstar for you calling Magnetar a scammer. Is that what it is, D.Max? Because I don't think you want that. Let's go. If you want to go down that road, we can go down that road, but that's not going to work in your favor. It's not going to work in your favor because that is 100% deflecting. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about how much you get paid or whether you got paid or not. That does not give you permission to treat people like shit. I just went over this with the Leigha convoy stuff. He's trying to make the excuse because he could possibly be autistic that that's okay. He gets to treat people like shit. No. And I'm going to do the same to you. Just because you got paid shitty does not mean you get to go call Magnetar a scammer. Fuck you, D.Max. I can't believe you. I cannot believe that you would say that.
by asking questions, by saying the things that I said, by acting the way that I did, you know? And that's why I'm saying now, which is the same feeling that I had back then, is that I wish him peace. I really do.
How about this, D.Max? Okay, you don't want to talk about it. Fine.
You know, if I was Magnetar, and Max ever came up to me and was like, "Oh, hey Magnetar, I wish you peace." I would tell D.Max to take his peace offering and shove it up his ass. Because that's complete bullshit. I wish people peace, guys. That's so disingenuous. That is the fakest of the fake. I never even in my life ever say that to anybody in my personal life. I wish you peace. What the fuck is that kind of shit? D.Max is one of those people that when a celebrity dies, he like freaks out and gets super parasocial. And it's just like, oh my God, Beyonce died. Oh, I wish her family peace. They don't fucking know who you are. They don't know who you are. You're so fake. Repeat after me. D.Max, this is advice from Joy Daly, and you better take it because Joy Daly is a gym rat member to this channel, so you better listen to her. I'm sorry that I attacked another YouTuber because my girlfriend got butthurt, and they were in a chat being an adult freely expressing themselves. Take the advice of Joy Daly, D.Max. Learn it, live it, love it.
At least maybe give the guy a DM and just bury the hatchet with him. Just say your piece
Why?
and then you go your separate. Why not, man? If you're not going to say nothing, you know, if you're going to wish him the best at the
I don't
very
think-
least, just
I don't think like, I mean, I don't understand what I need. What should I say?
if you really didn't mean for things to go that way, just apologize, man.
Well, that's what I'm doing
I meant it to go.
Oh no,
Go
I'm not
direct.
going.
Like I said,
Well, no,
it could be more
don't-
meaningful to directly message him, but I'm just
Hold
saying
on, no,
that's
because
just me.
people are gonna see this as see, this is what's hard is that people see this as an aggression when I say that I'm not sorry. It's not that like I said, two things can be true at once, man. It's like I'm not sorry for any of the things that I did. I don't regret anything. I really don't. I really do not regret a single thing.
You don't regret anything, yet you wish Magnetar peace. But you don't regret anything. But you wish Magnetar peace. That's how disingenuous you are. You want to sit here and say, "Oh, well, I don't regret calling Magnetar a scammer. In fact, I stand by those words, but I also wish the scammer peace."
But the thing is that like I'm not going to like. No, I'm not going to go into somebody's DMs and just be like, you know, Not just like it's just like no, dude. Like I know how I feel. I know, and I think that Magnetar is a big boy. I think he can handle it. I think he's probably fine without random number 732 commentator saying that whatever. Like it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. If people want that from me, I guess I understand, but it's not my perspective.
Maybe it's the sensitive side of me that speaks. Maybe if somebody did me
If it's not your perspective and you're not going to do it, then forever be ridiculed over this. Okay. You will forever be reminded of your dumb mistake that you and your dumb girlfriend did. Okay.
wrong, if they didn't really want to come out and just apologize, at the very least, just tell me in the privacy of DMs, look, man, I'm sorry how the way things, and we could have squashed it right there. That's all I'm saying. But if you got your reasons, man, you got your reasons. You know, I just wanted to throw that out there. That's all. Are you going to do anything other than gaming streams? I mean, it's not really my bag, but I know you're talented enough to do other things. Like, do you have other things in the work?
Yeah, so I'm planning on doing. I'm actually working on a video, talking about like comparing media and stuff like that. For now, that's kind of what I'm looking towards. Is
Total snooze fest.
just like doing anime, live action, you know, talking about that kind of thing, playing video games. You know, occasionally, like for instance,
D.Max is going to review Arrow Manga Sensei with Mr. Sen and lyrics.
there was a thing before everything. That came up. It was that Who the Fuck Did I Marry? You know, if something like that comes up, I'll probably end up doing a stream where I like watch that and kind of like talk about it. You know, here's the thing. I'm not like people are under the impression like, oh, he's not commentary anymore. Commentary is a very broad spectrum. Just because I don't engage with small commentary doesn't necessarily. And that's not me. Just to clarify, so people don't take my words out of context. I'm not calling it small. That's what it's called. Like that's what the community, you know, that
Bro, no one wants to engage with you. I don't care whether you say you don't want to engage with small commentary. D.Max, let me tell you the reality of the situation. You have burnt every single bridge in this community to where even if you wanted to try and interact with us, it wouldn't work because you burned so many bridges. Hey, Liana. Oh, Liana got the joke. Yeah, Hebrews it. You wouldn't be able to interact with us because you've burnt so many bridges. You had your chances, you screwed the pooch, you had a once in a lifetime opportunity on the Lolcow Live being the editor, you got hungry for money and you proved it. You showed your cards and you're dumb. You want us to sit here and believe your lies, and no one is buying it. You're a piece of shit, D.Max. Maggot, you're a piece of shit too. You have backtracked. You want to go out on a limb and call me a flip-flopper. Call me a flip-flopper. Call me a hypocrite, right? You're over here completely backtracking on your principles by cuddling up to Hugin and Slug, of all people. You spent the last, I would say, 4 months going behind the scenes and saying every single little bad thing about Angry Slug and how he's just a horrible doxer and he's a shitty person and nobody should associate with Slug. This dramatic thing. Nobody should associate with Slug or talk to Slug. And you're over there in his chat. You might as well go be friends with Salvo Pancakes, the guy that made fun of you. Since we're going back on our principles and we're throwing them out the window, and then on top of it, you want to sit there and attack my Pizzle Pop. Let me tell you, Maggot, you don't know shit. You don't know shit about Jessica Pizzle's life, so I highly suggest you sit down and shut the fuck up. You don't know shit about Pizzle. Shut up. Maggot towards Flatley saying, I'm just tired of seeing people shit on my friends and people I care about. And since none of other supposed losers that care about Peepaw and Max will speak up, looking at you, Pillhead Pizzle, I will. Then Jessica Pizzle says, also, I don't just willy-nilly defend my friends no matter what. That's tipster behavior, but go figure. You would expect friends to defend friends no matter what. Riveter, I didn't jump to your defense because it wasn't something to defend. No one is accusing you of false shit, and no one is lying on your name. Heart. I think it's hilarious. I think it's super hilarious that Maggot is going to sit here and fucking weaponize the friendship that Pizzle has with Peepaw against Pizzle. What does that say about the value of your friendship with Peepaw, Maggot?